Hey guys, what's up? Ditesh here back with another video. So if you've been following my channel for the last month or so, you would know that I've been covering a lot of Ryzen 4000 laptops released in India. But there is one laptop in particular which I have not discussed on this channel, and I try to avoid that laptop as much as possible. But unfortunately, the comments keep coming and I keep ignoring them. So that laptop is actually the first Ryzen 4000 laptop that was launched in India. Yes, it's the Asus TUF A15. That's a laptop that I've been avoiding to talk on this channel because of two reasons. So we will discuss those two reasons in this video, and at the end I'm gonna give you a conclusion. But before beginning the video, if you are a potential Asus TUF A15 purchaser, I'm gonna give you 3 videos that you should definitely watch before you make the purchase. 2 of them are from Hardware Unboxed. Hardware Unboxed is truly one of the best YouTubers for anything PC related. So you should definitely go ahead and watch the Hardware Unboxed video on the 2 Hardware Unboxed video on Asus TUF A15. And the other video is from Jarrod's Tech. You know their reputation, so you should definitely go and watch those videos first if you are planning to purchase the Asus TUF A15. Okay, now the 2 reasons why I do not recommend the laptop, not recommend, I mean, I'm not comfortable with this laptop. I'm not comfortable recommending you this laptop. You can purchase whatever you wish, but there is something that stops me from recommending those 2 laptops, and basically there are 2 things. So we will discuss this in the video. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get right on with it. First of all, let us take a moment to understand this image of the TUF A15 showing a lot of airflow, because where are the vents? Can you find out the vents? Because all I see are a couple of slits as openings, and those slits are not even on top of the fans. I mean, come on guys, we know that if this was an Intel laptop, this type of vent situation would literally roast the internals. We all know that the new Ryzen 4000 series is very efficient and all that, but even then we are talking about a minimum of 6 cores, 12 threads Ryzen 5 4600H that is even faster than an i7 10750H. So why is the vent situation like this? Have you ever seen an i7 10750H laptop with this type of vent design? Even this Acer Aspire 7 with a measly quad-core processor has so much more venting compared to the TUF A15. Okay, now let's see the cooling solution inside. Now this is the Ryzen 5 model, and let me tell you, this is the worst cooling design that I have seen for a laptop with a 6-core 12-threaded CPU. You don't even have 2 shared heat pipes. All you have is 1 shared heat pipe and 1 dedicated heat pipe for the GPU. The VRMs are all exposed. Now let's take a look at the highest end cooling in the RTX 2060 model. Even more pathetic. It has 2 shared heat pipes for the CPU and the GPU, and 1 thin dedicated heat pipe for the GPU, and that GPU is not any weak 1650 or 1650 Ti. In fact, it's a full fat RTX 2060. And there is 1 more tiny heat pipe that is not even connected to any heatsink. Also on the Ryzen 7 variant, the primary M.2 SSD slot is very close to the GPU heat pipe, and that SSD will get hot, I'm telling you. So no surprises when Hardware Unboxed reported 97 degrees centigrade on the Ryzen 7 4800H and over 85 degrees centigrade on the RTX 2060 inside the TUF A15 when playing a game like Watch Dogs 2, which uses both the CPU and the GPU. Coupled with this really insufficient cooling and terrible venting, I have no idea what kind of torture the CPU and the GPU inside the TUF series suffers. AMD promised us with great performance and great efficiency with the Ryzen 4000 series, but Asus has made a mockery of it by taking some really questionable decision with the cooling solution. Now we will take a look at some other laptops' cooling solution in the same price bracket, and we will compare them with the TUF A15 a little later. But before that, let's discuss the other big problem with this laptop. Yes, it's the display. Now keep in mind, whether you purchase the base variant Ryzen 5 1650 model or the highest end RTX 2060 variant, all get the same 15.6-inch IPS level, not IPS but IPS level, as Asus says, 144Hz 45% NTSC display with the response times of 20 milliseconds. Now let's forget about the color gamut coverage for a second. At least it's acceptable for the base variants. And the response times is also not an issue for many, as many people are actually not susceptible to less or more response time. Even Jarrod from Jarrod's Tech said that he is not sensitive to response times. But the real problem is in the byproduct of the 20 millisecond response time.
Yes, for an actual 144Hz panel, you need a base level response time of about 6.5 millisecond. However, the TUF's panel is almost 3 times slower. That not only defeats the purpose of a 144Hz panel, but it also causes a lot of image smearing and ghosting. Now, once you will notice this smearing and ghosting in any game that is giving over 120 FPS, you will be annoyed as you will always keep noticing it. Especially in the 1660 Ti or RTX 2060 model, you will notice it a lot because those GPUs will give 100 plus FPS in many games. This issue is much less prevalent in the 60Hz panel that other laptops use, even if they have a response time of about 20 to 25 milliseconds. Now, since the release of the TUF A15, we've had other laptops with Ryzen 5 4600H from other brands like HP Pavilion, Lenovo IdeaPad, and even though they have the old fans together design, they still have thicker heat pipes and larger heat sinks and have far better venting on their back panels. The venting on those laptops help them a lot. There is the Acer Nitro 5 with a beautiful cooling solution for all the Ryzen variants. All the variants have the same 4 heatsink setup with one shared heat pipe and 2 dedicated heat pipes each for the CPU and the GPU. And also the HP Omen has a very similar design with just one less heatsink. Both Acer and HP have great VRM cooling. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna say Asus took a big step ahead by embracing AMD Ryzen 4000. But the execution has been a big letdown. At the lower end, like HP Pavilion, IdeaPad Gaming, and the unreleased Acer Nitro 5 Ryzen 5 version, and at the higher end, there are better laptops like the HP Omen 15 and the Acer Nitro 5 Ryzen 7. Now, guys, I deal with overheating on a daily basis because I have an Intel CPU, the Intel i5 8300H. It is not a good experience. I mean, it's always on the back of your mind that when playing games, your CPU is hitting, 90 plus degrees centigrade. Yeah, the CPU will handle it easily. It will not throttle or anything. My laptop doesn't throttle. But 90 plus degrees centigrade is quite uncomfortable. Like, it's always on the back of your mind that your CPU is running extremely hot, and day by day, it's lowering its lifespan. It will definitely affect the lifespan of the CPU or the GPU.
Alright guys, that's all I have to say. If you are willing to purchase, if you're still looking to purchase the Asus TUF A15, I will tell you, you can purchase the lower end variants. But if you are planning to purchase the Ryzen 7 4800H with the 1660 Ti or the RTX 2060, or you're looking to purchase the Ryzen 9 version of the Asus TUF, you can purchase if you want. It's your money and all, but I personally won't be comfortable purchasing such a high-end laptop with the problems that it has. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Iptesh. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.